Hello and welcome to our podcast, Good Deeds, Real Estate with a Mission. And this is today's product placement. I'm Diane Davidson from the Fine Homes Group. And this is Bill Weidecker, my partner. And
I didn't get the memo on the product placement. I've got Poland Spring.
Yeah, P.S. Okay.
It's okay.
That's all right. We can put that right in here. Okay. So for those of you just listening, we have these fabulous bottles and we have hot cups too, or whatever. What do you call those?
Thermal
cups.
cups.
Like cups, coffee things
Yeah.
as well. So just reach out if you'd like one.
That's probably right on top of everybody's list post-holidays. You know, I need a Fine Homes Group water bottle.
Another cup. Well, you never know. They're really great ones. And
Yeah.
So you wear this button that says "Let's Talk Real Estate," and that between that and the fact that we had kind of a vendor fair here at the office today for local artisans and tradespeople to come and talk to us about how they can help our clients. We thought that would be a good thing to talk about, right? When we say,
I wore the button today, not because of the podcast.
No,
I wear this button a lot. And it says, "Let's talk real estate." And if you've seen it on, you probably think, well, I'm thinking about selling my home. I'm thinking about buying a property. But that's not the only reason that I'm looking to prompt conversation, is because there are going to be times, usually when a client buys a home from us, Diane, they move into the area, or they even if they move across the state, they're like, who do you use for a dry cleaner? Who's a good painter? So there's always this idea of looking for advice for vendors or allied resources, as we refer to them. But I will also say this. You may have people that would be a good person for us to meet, that would be a good allied resource. So the conversation should go and flow both ways. So when I say let's talk real estate in terms of the immediate needs, but let's also talk about all of the surrounding things that support our ownership of real estate, right?
Yep. Like today I got a text from somebody who I've shared our fabulous floor guy with no fewer than 4 times. I just feel like this is kind of my little orange phone. It becomes the Yellow Pages. That's a reference to phone books that used to come out decades and decades ago. Anyway, they weren't just for sitting on when we were kids.
Most of our podcast viewers and listeners know exactly what you're talking about.
Perfect.
Yes.
So the point is that we love being the resource, and many times, as you said, it could be for someone not related to real estate, just sort of related, or not even related to homes, but services. So we're kind of a combination between Yellow Pages and Angie's List. We're Bill's List and Yellow Pages. So we want that's what we want to be able to put people in touch with anybody that can provide a service to them, because those people have been vetted. They're the people we have used and still use. And as you said, if they have somebody recommend to us, we're always, there's always enough work to go around. There's always enough business to go around.
We're looking to be this source of the source.
Source of the source.
And so if you've got somebody you want to recommend, or you're somebody that you want to push your chips into the table and say, hey, I just opened a business, or I just started, we want to hear from you, because ultimately it's really about building a robust list of people that can serve the homeowner or future homeowner.
Yep. So we find that in our business, one of the hardest tradespersons to find is somebody who does smaller contracting jobs. And we certainly have a few on our bench, and someone else just got into the business, and we're very excited. I'm thrilled because we always have more work than our bench can handle. So if you need anybody, or if you have anybody that you'd like us to talk to, that's our plea today.
So when we say let's talk real estate, it's all things real estate. It's just not the larger transactions of real estate. But we want you to think of us then. And if you're having something to be done around the home or that kind of thing, you let us know and we'll help you out.
Yep. Right. Okay. Now let's talk real estate.
Okay. Yes.
So Realtor.com every month comes out with the hottest markets, right? And the Manchester, Nashua area has been in the top 10, often the number 1 slot, tens of times at this point.
Yeah.
I think. And
last few years, we're consistently there.
Yep. And so again, this month, or what? So we're in February. We're talking about
January.
Is it January or December? I think it might be December. Whatever. In the last few months, the report that just
Recently,
came out,
yes.
Manchester, Nashua was number 4, and interestingly, Worcester, which is another market we serve out of our Boston team, is number 10. So out of 20, we have our 2 of our hottest markets that the team deals with, or services.
Do you think that's a coincidence,
Well,
or do we directly contribute
I'm
to that?
sure we have. And not only that, but I noticed that the median prices of all of the 10 cities, Manchester's the highest, it's at 557. And Worcester
Interesting.
is the second highest at 500. Now, if you're a seller, you can thank us. If you're a buyer, don't blame us. But the point is that those are hot and rising markets, and they're not done rising. So if you need help in those markets, we are experts, and we are very adept at navigating those waters.
Well, and Realtor.com doesn't just sort of like pick these names out of a hat. They're basing it on the searches. And so if people are searching these communities, they're doing it for a reason. And Worcester consistently shows up, Concord, New Hampshire, you mentioned Manchester, Springfield, Massachusetts. So some of these, when you think about, even in southern New Hampshire, when you think about these mid-size or smaller cities that have made this huge comeback in the last couple of decades, reason being is because people are driving those decisions. Cities aren't saying, let's do this and the people will come. The demand is there. They want the walkability. They want the however quaint it is, they want the downtown shopping, those kind of things. And let's face it, some of the cities that were the precursors to this, the Newburyports, the Portsmouths, those type of cities have become as expensive as, well, I don't want to say as expensive as Boston, but they are very close now. And as a result, people are searching in these other cities.
Exactly. Right.
Now, if you could move to any other city besides Manchester, where would you move?
That's not fair. That's really not fair.
What would you consider?
3 days ago, it would have been a warm climate. Today, maybe not as dire.
When you say warm, do you mean like Derry or Salem or that kind of warm south, Nashua? Yeah.
South of. Where would I go? Where would you go?
It's interesting because Concord has got a new kind of cool factor going on. I don't know that I don't know. But there was a time where I said, I'm not moving north of Manchester. Now I think a lot of things are on the table. If you look at Franklin, New Hampshire, Laconia, there's a lot of these cities that have upped their game as it relates to livability, walkability, shoppability, affordability, all those things.
Well, we explored your hometown.
Yeah, we went up to my old hometown of Lancaster. It's a little too tiny.
I think there's so much potential there. I think that downtown is. It already has fun little shops, a fabulous bakery, the new restaurant at Help Me Out Here, the Wambach.
Yes,
that was really fun. So I think you find your spots wherever you go.
Well, if you look at Coos County, right, and the median price in Coos County versus the median price in southern New Hampshire, it's half. It's in the $250 range. So if somebody says, I'd love to buy a house, and if you could live anywhere. Coos County is a beautiful part of the state, and if you can work from home, I don't know why you wouldn't. The key thing there is you got to make sure you've got high-speed internet, and so some towns don't have that yet. That's the big solution that's got to happen in the next 10 years in the state of New Hampshire to make the parts of the North Country.
Why jump into that? There'll be something else, some newfangled thing that comes down the pike. That's how I always feel. Anyway, I think I think that's it, right?
We've hit our time.
So we'd love to hear if you have needs that we can help you with, resources. We are a great resource. We'd also like to hear if you have someone that we should be promoting, and of course, if there's any business that you'd like to do with us. And please don't forget that the scholarships are coming up. Find FHGgivesback.com is where if you have high-speed internet, you can check and see the story about our 501c3 and the kids whose futures we've impacted, and we do that by pledging $100 from every transaction to our scholarship fund. So reach out to us if you know somebody that should be applying. Reach out to us if you'd like to do business and help us with that.
Amen.
Okay.
Sis,
brother. Okay.
Over and out.
what am I supposed to say? And please be sure to follow us on our YouTube channel.